Welcome up, listeners. You're back in another episode of Down at the Bar with your host with the most, capital E. Thanks for listening in. Appreciate it. Every single time, I appreciate it. Even if I get one or two listeners, that's what's up, right? That's what matters. It's all about where you begin. So, today, I have Nick, a glorious alumni. He's been on the show multiple times.
Yeah,
Nick.
man, I love this. I love it. I love coming on and talking about the stuff you got for us.
And we have a newcomer tonight as well. From my old town, from my old neck of the woods, we have Will Lewin. Will.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for being here. This is mad cool that you're here. I mad appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Say whatever you got to say, man.
I totally forgot what I was going to say.
That's
move
cool.
on.
I
Let's move
forget
on.
what I'm going to say half the time anyway. So I appreciate you both for being on the show tonight. It's means a lot. Maybe this will go anywhere. Maybe it won't. But you know what? It's all getting me used to being on the radio.
Yeah, for sure,
Which I've put in a lot of. I'm in a radio class right now, as you know, and just doing this helps me to learn some shit.
100%. It's practice and it makes you feel more comfortable, right? Talking into the mic and stuff. Yeah, man.
Exactly. It feels good. So we will dive into today's polls. One of them is a little bit kind of crazy, I guess.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Whereas the other one is very normal.
Okay.
And I feel like you two are going to be polar opposites. And I feel like everybody knows what I'm going to say regardless. Once they find
Always
out.
know.
Once they find out what I have to say here, when it comes to the poll, like when it comes to the two different options, I feel like all the listeners are gonna be like, I know what capital E is gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm self-explanatory. I feel like in general people know what I'm about.
Read you like a book, yeah.
That's what I'm getting called here. Cole's gonna have to wait because we are on air.
Oh my god.
Anyways, where do you prefer to live if you had to choose? Are you more of a country person or a city person? And I want to know in specifics why.
Okay. Easy for me. Let me know.
Pretty easy for me too.
All right, I might as well start it. I think I definitely have to go with the country. I've always loved the wilderness, and I love wilderness photography. Photography is my thing. I like being away from the city. I feel like people in the city are just dicks all the time. Like, not everyone, but like there's so many dicks out there in the city. You know what I mean? Like the cars are always honking, right? One person honks, and the whole squad of them honks behind them. It's just why do you want that?
It doesn't help you with connections for what you want to do.
Honestly, man, I think I've already got a lot of my connections. Like I don't.
But if you didn't have the connections.
But that's not the situation, you know what I mean?
But if you did.
Okay, let's say I didn't have connections. I mean, good point, but maybe the city then. Yeah, but I just don't like the city, man. I like going to the city just for fun, just for a little bit. Like even I'd rather the suburbs than the city, man. I just absolutely hate living. I couldn't see myself living there. I like the city, don't get me wrong. Could not live there. Too busy, bunch of people running around, bumping into each other. I just can't do it, man.
Really, you couldn't do the city?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all, man.
You're not even open to it.
Nope, never would.
You would get the fuck out and go to the suburbs as soon as you could.
At least the suburbs.
Or the country.
The
suburbs.
I plan on living in the country for 100%. Like, I honestly plan on, like, living.
So, that brings me to my next question. Are you more interested in how much land you have as opposed to how big your house is?
I really don't care, man. As long as I'm out in the bush, you know what I mean?
You want to get the fuck out.
Yeah, man.
Bush.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right, we've heard from Nick. Will, what do you have to say about this?
So you said that we're going to be polar opposites on this?
I said that you could be. You might not be. I don't know. I don't know what your decision is before or after.
Well, I can tell you I totally agree. I mean, I grew up in the country. Well, I mean, where I live is kind of right in between the country and the city, but I'm just far enough away where, I'm not getting bothered by anyone. I don't have to worry about assholes or idiots or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'm close enough to the town where, I could get all my convenient commodities in like 10 minutes, like groceries, video games, cigarettes. I don't know. Either or. Doesn't matter. But when it comes to your question earlier, Nielsen, does it matter how much land to pose a house that I need? In all honesty, I don't give a shit either about having a huge house. I'd rather have a lot of land and a lot of space between people. I find that, you know, when you're in the country, you know, and you meet up with other people, you're actually happy to see other people.
It's a friendly thing.
Yeah, it's not just a friendly thing. It's like, holy fuck, you know, civilization, holy shit, you know? But,
Gets old in the city, right?
no, it's just everyone's assholes in the city. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even you're afraid to look at other people in the eye because they're just as afraid of you look in the eye, and there's just this awkward sort of,
Yeah. 100%.
like, what word am I trying to, like, it's just, you're always on edge. It's like you have, like, permanent anxiety going into the city. You just don't know who's...
You don't know who's crazy either,
Yeah.
right? Like, people are lunatics. Like, I'm not saying that couldn't happen in the country, but I feel like there's a lot more loonies out in the city.
I agree, 100%. I just my reasoning for it is because of the convenience. You
Yeah.
know, the city is way more
That's true.
convenient.
Yeah.
There's way more bars to, you know, hit up here and there, which is, for me, I don't know, but, you know, you guys, whatever people like is subjective, right? You can like whatever, you know, you might not like the bar scene.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. So I like to have bars in vicinity.
Fair enough.
Also, if you're like a broke student, like if you're in the country and you don't have a car, you know, that's, you know, going to cost a lot of
Essential,
the Uber money, right?
Yeah.
Or it's just, you know.
Walk everywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to do that too, and then,
Yeah.
you know, I'd walk 2 hours home.
We did
It was
the same thing.
ridiculous.
We did the
but-
same thing, man. I walked the same shit you did, man.
Yeah.
I even walked to your crib a couple times, out in the goddamn nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But personally, yeah, of course, I would rather live in the. I'd rather live in the city personally. I know that it can become quite a bit. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot more people to have to deal with. I know there's a lot of it. It's way more dangerous. You know what I mean? And, you know.
What, living in the city? It could be just as dangerous living out in the
Animals,
country, though.
animals, bears.
Animals, exactly. Like, there's coyotes.
Yeah, but people is the biggest danger. Animals aren't vindictive. You know,
I agree with
they
that.
don't go out of your. They don't. Animals don't necessarily.
Unless if you're
target
walking
you.
alone in the bush and, you know, you
Yeah.
stumble upon a pack of coyotes, like,
Yeah.
you're screwed at that
yeah.
point.
Then at that point, fine. But if you're safe in your home, a bear is not gonna
Break in.
break in.
Yeah,
You know, okay. If it does break in, it's because
It's
desperate.
hungry.
Yeah.
And
It's hungry.
It didn't break in to kill you. It broke in because it
Looking
thought-
for food.
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
for food, right?
And then it finds you and thinks you're food.
And then it
Yeah.
finds yeah.
It's not looking for you specifically. Yeah.
Whereas people, on the other hand, could do that. You
Yeah,
know?
easily.
That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
I still would, you know, I don't mind. Okay, I hate people, but I don't mind living amongst people. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't like going to the fucking superstore or the Walmart and having a lineup behind 20 fucking people who are getting their,
Oh, yeah.
who are getting their groceries just the same as I'm doing. I'm doing the same.
Paying with exact change.
I'm doing.
Oh. I'm a culprit for that, I'm not even gonna lie.
I hate people who do that. Even at work, Eric, when we're capital E, when we're doing the thing, he's like, oh wait, I think I have 25 cents to make it even. No, you don't. Let me finish this. And
It's
just
like, why don't you just pay debit or credit?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so much easier.
Exactly.
You know? Then I can just pop it through, right?
Yeah.
There's just something about cash, though, that just makes you feel richer. Because, you know, you look at the bills, and you know it's only like, you know, like $60 or something. But you're like, yeah, I got money in my
yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
The thing about cash that I like the most is that I don't have to use my debit card. So when I look at my receipt at the end of the month, I think, well, I saved money because I used my debit card. But it's like, no, you fool, you fucking spent the same money
Yeah.
regardless, right?
Yeah.
So I will dive into the statistics here.
Okay.
Like I said, this is still an early turnout. I'm diving back into the very beginning of my polls.
Okay.
We only had 15 total people vote on this particular one, whether you prefer the city life or the country life.
Yep.
And 40% of voters, like I said, there's only 15 in total.
Yep.
40% of voters chose city, whereas 60% would rather be in the country.
I think more people would choose city, to be honest. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It goes to
Well,
show.
you never know. Maybe just because there's a lot of people in the city doesn't mean they actually like to be there.
Yeah,
They
true,
might be
true,
just
true,
there
true.
because it's their job, it's their bread and butter or whatever, but they might just absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
That's why there's a lot of, there's cottage country for a reason.
yeah,
People go, because
An escape.
they're in the city, they can make a lot of money, and they want to get the fuck out for, like a couple weeks at a time
Yeah,
here and there.
yeah.
So they buy cottages in, like, Muskoka and stuff like that. So you can't really say that just because people live in the city means that they actually like it. It's just all about personality type and
true.
whatever.
So true. Yeah.
Okay, and I agree with you on that. However, like I said, there's only 3 people here at this panel right now. But
Yeah.
you guys both voted country as opposed to
Yep.
me voting city. So like maybe that could give you a small kind of estimate on the way that people might vote.
Very
right?
true,
I'm
yep.
a voter here. They're a voter there. Maybe more people in general. Like I said, it's a very small poll.
Yep.
Once I get bigger, I'll take it to Twitter. But at the moment, it seems like more people like country. On the polls, they do, and at the panel here, they do as well. They prefer the country. And I got no problem with the country life. I'd love to have a cottage one day. It would be my dream to
Yeah.
have a cottage one day. But after I have a house,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Once I have a house, once I have a mortgage payment plan set up, then I'll branch out and I'll get a cottage, But
Yeah.
until then, to me, the whole country thing is like once every 4 years.
I'm not even kidding right now. If I could literally have a log cabin in the woods with electricity, I'd do that. That would be.
I don't know if
something
I'll
I'd
go
do.
that far. I mean,
I would seriously
like,
do that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
see, I like country when there's internet in that country, and then after that, then it's like, it'll be more like, because I like to go camping and stuff like that. That's what I consider, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be camping for like the whole
Right,
year
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
true.
how I feel.
True.
But
I could do it if I had, well, on the show we're honest. We're about being honest. But
Yep.
if I had my bong, and I had drinks to get me through, I could do it.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
would
so.
need something,
Yeah, man. Like,
don't do drugs, kids. It's bad for you.
No, I agree. Don't do drugs. Just, if you smoke weed, you smoke weed. I smoke weed. So does both.
That's not a
So-
drug. It's a plant, though, bro.
So does one of the guys here, and the other guy probably does part time. I don't know.
part time.
But yeah, like I would just, for me it would be like I would need certain things.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking about getting away from people, okay, I could do that in a second.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
hate people. I like you guys,
Yeah.
but other than that, I don't really like people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't stand. They're annoying. I have to line up behind them when I go to Tim Hortons in the morning. I don't want to line up behind them. Just serve me first, and they can all wait.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess that's just it, man. Like, to each their own.
Yeah.
Some people prefer to be in the city. They like the busyness of it, and they like the convenience of
Yeah.
it. But some people prefer the country. And you know what? It just goes to show for me, from what I'm picking up from this, like I said, the voters are... actually, I'll get into statistics with you quickly before we move on to the next topic. For the people that do like the city... of the 6 people, the 40% that did vote for the city, it was 4 guys, 2 girls. Of the 9 people, 60% that voted for living in the country, it was 8 girls, 1 guy.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not surprised. I figured more girls would be more country and more guys would be
Really?
city. That's what I would have figured. Girls like country. It's the same thing from our topic. Oh, you missed it, Nick, yesterday. The second show that we did yesterday was about country music and why it sucks.
Oh yeah. I hate, dude. Don't even get me started on country. Screw that,
Yeah.
man. No.
We
man.
had a
It depends
giant.
what kind of country. If it's like old school, like we're talking about John Denver, good country. But like today's crap,
Today's
no.
crap. Shoot it and.
We had a giant
Burn it.
debate. You guys would have loved it.
Oh, Christ.
But what we did pick out from those polls
Yeah.
was that more girls were interested in
True.
country.
Yeah.
So I guess that goes the same here. More
Yeah.
girls are interested in living in the country, whereas more guys would probably rather live in the city. I'm
Fair
going to
enough.
assume that reason why more guys would prefer to live in the city, probably
Nightlife.
I would say sports.
You think so?
They're close to Raptors. They're close
Yeah,
to Jays. They're
true.
close to Leafs.
True.
Nightlife as well.
Yeah.
Nightlife as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like, I would say sports has got to be a big impact on that one, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know girls, they love the Shania Twain, they love the fucking riding the horse.
I was going to say this thing about the horse, yeah.
Right? They love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Girls love country because it's, first of all, all lyrics in country, they're all romantic. You know, it's all about some guy playing a guitar, drinking a beer, and going to get the bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man.
And girls love that. Ooh, you know, they love it, right? That's how they act.
This guy.
Funny guy.
But I just, personally, I'd rather be in the city. So we'll go around. We have to move on to the next topic. But
Alright.
city, overall, for me, you are a country, Nick,
100%.
and Will.
100%.
Both country. I'm voted here. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Whether you were a city person or a comment person. We have to move on.
Did you say comment person?
Any person can comment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's...
So a city person or a comment person?
Oh, shit. City person or country person. Yeah. Let me know what you are. You know, we're all different, and that's what the show is all about. We all want to talk about our differences. So we'll move on to the next question here. This one is the morbid one of the two.
For crying out loud.
Yeah, you're scared of the morbid. You don't like the morbid.
Oh, I've seen some horrendous things on his Instagram. I'm not looking forward to when those ones come up. And honestly, I hope he warns me or something so I don't have to come that day. Like, I just don't want to.
The whole point is I don't want my guest, man.
No,
you
man.
come on and you get hit with it.
Sounds like I'm glad that I forgot my Instagram password at this point. Holy.
For all I know, it could be coming right now, and I'm terrified.
I don't know my Instagram password. I just log on automatically on my phone. I never...
See, I did that, and then I had to factory reset my phone because I got a virus on it, and then after that, it's just like, I have no chance
You
getting
can't
in
just
now.
set it up with your email? I forget.
I tried to do that,
Oh.
and it just didn't work. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm too country for this technology life. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we move on to the second question here. And we started clockwise with you originally,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So we will start with
Oh, great.
Will this
Okay.
time.
All right.
First stab.
So, Will, would you rather be extremely exhausted, tired, and worked like a slave for 12 hours, or be starving, and you're not being worked at all, you're just starving, you're hungry as fuck, but for 24 hours? What would you rather do if you had to choose between the two?
Wow, this is... So slaved and hard work for 12 hours.
Hard slave-ass work for 12 hours when you're already fucking super tired, or being hungry, but you have to go 24 straight hours without eating?
I think I'd go hungry. I think I really would. I can't imagine myself, like, I need my sleep. Like, if I'm, like, running on 2 hours of sleep and I have to do shit, like, it's not happening. Like, I will not do it. So there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to, like, if I'm already tired, so, like, sleep exhaustion or whatever, and then having to work, no, it's just not going to work for me. I mean, it's not that hard to not eat for 24 hours. Like, it's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're going to feel, well, I mean, you might get angry and, like, really snappy and shit, you know, get the hangries going on, but honestly, like, that's really doable.
Okay, cool. So we've heard from you. Nick, what do you got to say?
I agree with him, but I'm going to twist it a bit. So I could honestly go hungry because I'd rather be at home fucking around playing video games. Where I can do that when I'm hungry, but I'm not going to want to work, slave my ass off for 12. Like, dude, I've gone 24 hours many times without even eating. Like, it's not hard, man. And like, if you're not working, right, think about it. You could be doing something you like, something you enjoy, rather than slaving away. You know what I mean? I'd rather sacrifice the hunger and enjoy myself than...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm on board with you guys 100%.
Yeah.
I am on team. I'd rather fucking starve for 24 hours
Yeah.
than be working like a slave. Like, I just couldn't imagine. I wake up in the morning and I'm tired and I'm
Yeah.
pissed off all day. Yeah.
Wait, we never. Right here, I got a question. What do you consider slaving? Like,
yeah.
Is it like completely hard manual labor, or is it like doing something monotonous and repetitive for 12 hours?
I would say quite a bit of manual labor.
Okay.
You're not being a slave like, you know, how traditionally slaves are perceived. You're not that.
Right.
But you're
So
definitely...
slaving is
hard
more
work.
like
You're lifting 50 pounds daily, quite a bit, a few times daily. 50 pounds, I can lift 50 pounds, no problem. But I'm just saying, like, imagine lifting a lot of weight
While being
while-
exhausted. No
while,
way.
while
no,
being
no
exhausted
thanks. No
for
thanks.
12 hours multiple times a day.
Well, you know what? Maybe I might reconsider my answer now, because you know what? Like lifting 50 pounds. Like I mean, I do that at work and stuff like that too. And
All right, 80 pounds.
okay, well then just raise the stakes on me like that. Okay, I'd rather go hungry. Never mind. But at 50 pounds, if you're saying that, I mean, there's such thing as Red Bulls and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well,
And I agree.
And you can still eat. You know, when you eat, you get more energy, and you can get that second wind. So
yeah. Maybe.
At least with the 24 hours.
it just
though,
depends what you're doing.
Yeah, fair enough. And I agree. At least with the 24 hours, though, you're not.
Bored out of your fucking skull.
Well, you don't. No, you don't have to work. You can just do whatever the fuck
That's
you
what I'm
want,
saying.
right?
Yeah, you entertain yourself, right?
Hell, drink, pass the time, man.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
wasted and pass out and
Yeah.
wake up. And
Yeah,
then
man.
Oh, so
But
drinking is allowed if you're going hungry.
drinking was never part of the question. You can drink if you want. You can
Cool.
drink if you
That's
don't.
easy.
Want
I do that on the regular. Not even hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be pretty fucking easy, right?
Yeah. Should have said like 48 hours with no food. That would have been a different.
Yeah, that would have been a harder choice.
At that point, I'd take the 12.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
At
go.
that
Yeah.
point, I'd take the 12.
Maybe 36 to maybe think about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, give it some.
48 would be a guarantee.
Yeah. I take
Yeah,
the 12
guaranteed.
hours.
You
Yeah.
know, 48 hours without eating.
Yeah.
No way. I'd fucking kill somebody.
Yeah.
I would. I'd
Spicy chorizo. No kidding.
But I gotta get those spicy chorizos. You know I love that. You know how much I love my spicy chorizo. Huh?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you thought?
Yeah.
But if we're gonna dive into the statistics here, which we will, like we always do,
Yep.
60% of people agree with us. 60% of people, actually, hold on a second. Wait a second, I think I read this wrong.
Or did you write it wrong?
No, I read it wrong. No, I don't write things wrong. I clarify all my shit. 60% of people would rather be extremely tired and worked like a slave.
Really opposite, eh?
They didn't think it through then. Sorry, they didn't think it
They
through.
must have not known the question. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
the way
Maybe
I
they
w-
just weren't hungry at the time.
Yeah.
You know, they were just sitting
You know what?
there, probably eating Cheetos, scrolling through Instagram, and been like, "Yeah, you know what? I could do that. That's no
and
big
as
deal."
much of a joke as that is, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
probably what is it called?
Take it for granted.
No. It's when you buy something without really thinking about
Impulse
it.
buying.
Impulse.
Impulse.
buys.
Yeah, impulse. It's probably impulse answers. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
like
60% as opposed to the 40% that would prefer to starve. Now, we had way more girls turn out for this poll.
Okay.
3 guys and 9 girls equals the 60% that would rather be tired and worked like a slave.
Wow.
Which is 75% difference.
Mhm.
But as opposed to the 8 people that voted for starving to death.
To death.
Oh,
That wasn't
no,
included.
wait a minute.
That wasn't. That wasn't included.
Sorry, starving, not to death, starving.
Wait,
For
wait,
24 hours,
Yeah.
the 40%, 2 guys, 6 girls, which is 25 and 75.
Yep.
So, I mean, I really don't get nothing from those polls because it's, it seems like way more girls voted and more girls are majority for each possible option.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it kind of
I can kind of see why a lot of girls wouldn't want to like slave like that. Because I mean, like, I'm not saying
they don't
like,
want to slave, but I also know nobody wants to eat more than girls do. Girls love. to
Really,
eat.
man? Most of the girls I know don't eat that much.
They want to hide the fact that they want to eat.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to know. Oh, I don't eat. I don't fart. I don't shit. I don't do any of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there's nobody who eats more than girls.
Yeah.
Every girlfriend I've ever had is always snacking, leaving crumbs, all bullshit all over my floor. What the hell's this? Well, I didn't do it. You gotta.
I'm honestly always finishing my girlfriend's dinner and meals for her. I'm not even kidding. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's the exception.
Yeah.
good for you then, man.
Yeah,
That's
no
mad
worries.
sick.
No worries.
But of the 20 votes we got for the extreme tired or and worked like a slave or the starving, more people would rather it seems as if from these polls that I have here, more people would rather be a slave
Wow.
for 12 hours and as opposed to starve.
It's
And,
definitely
like-
an impulse. Must be an impulse.
It's gotta be, because I love my food, but I could
Yeah.
easily go. I'd rather go 24 hours and be work like a fucking slave. I can imagine.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, so it seems like the people who were hungry voted for slave. Wait a minute, maybe I got this backwards. So what am I trying to say here again?
Take a
so
second.
people, okay, so the people who voted, I'll starve. They ate,
Yeah.
and so they're not thinking about that. But well, it wouldn't really make sense if people who are already tired would vote to be
Right.
more tired.
Yeah.
So you know what? There goes my whole theory right there. It's just debunked right there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I guess this poll particularly just to each their own, man. It just shows how different we all are.
Yeah.
So I'll go one final roundabout. I don't need any explanation, just where you finally stand at the end of it. Nick, you would rather be worked like a slave for 12 hours as opposed to starve for 24
I said
hours.
starve. I said starve.
Oh, you'd
So I'd
rather,
yeah. I said I'd rather starve. Oh yeah.
you'd rather starve?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So, sorry. I worded that incorrectly.
All
You're the
good.
same as me.
Yep.
I'd rather starve as well. Will.
Backwards everything today.
Will. What would you rather do?
Oh, I'd rather starve too.
Okay, so it's unanimous on this panel. We'd all rather starve as opposed to work like a slave. Apparently, we don't have the numbers here. Apparently, we're all voted, but it is what it is. Like I said, decisions are subjective, and we all have our own opinions.
Yeah.
So, with that, we will wrap up today's session. Thanks, guys, for coming out, both of you. It's good to have Nick, a
Yeah, no
regular
worries.
contributor,
Awesome.
and Will. Unbelievable to have you, man, an old, long-time friend from the old country. I love it.
The old crunchy. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Anytime, brother. You're welcome. But as you've seen here today, we are outvoted on that particular poll because we would rather starve than be work like a slave, as opposed to the majority who would rather be a slave than starve. But to each their own, and that's the beauty of this show. So I am your host, Capital E. This is Down the Bar. Good night, coming at you from Sheridan College. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.